Hey guys, and welcome back to Clayfield. Today we are here in the main hood and we are in front of Johnny's B&B, bed and breakfast. And today we are going to spend a day in the B&B. We are going to meet the residents and see what's up with their lives. So this is the lot. It's made by Plastic Box on Mod the Sims, and I didn't really do much to it. I just changed the walls outside, the wallpapers, and decorated the house. So let's see inside. On the top floor we have 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. The second floor there is a living room, bathroom and 2 bedrooms. And downstairs the kitchen, dining room area and another bathroom. As we know, Sims need to have several bathrooms in their houses. And let's meet the residents. First we have Johnny Smith, the owner of this B&B. He's currently sleeping and I love his expression. Yeah, okay. So we met Johnny in the previous episode as we were visiting his bank, so there's really no need to go through with his stats. He is the banker and the landlord in Clayfield, and he owns this lot, and he rents these other bedrooms to single Sims who are not really wanting to live in their own houses or apartments. You know, who like to live with other Sims and get to know the other residents in Clayfield. So at the moment there are 4 tenants living here in the B&B. And let's meet the first one. Most of them are still asleep, and let's try to get a look of her. So this is Joel DiCarlo, and we have met Joel's family earlier. She is the only daughter of the mayor, Joe DiCarlo, and her mom was Sidley Never, who was one of the town's founders. She has 4 brothers. One of them is not showing up. That's Aiden, which we should see here. Here's Aiden. So yeah, 4 brothers. She's the only female, and her stats: she is a family knowledge Sim. Her traits are natural cook, athletic, technology lover, hopeless romantic and shy. And she is an evil witch. She owns a magic shop where she sells magic potions and, you know, all those I don't know the right word for it. Wait a second, I need to check it out. You know, she sells all these things that we just need to make different kinds of objects and potions. Anyway, so she runs the magic shop. And she actually inherited it from her mom, as well as her witchness. Just before Sidley died due to a ROS event, she turned her daughter into an evil witch. So this is Joel, and Ellis is also living in here. He is not present at the moment as he is still on his way back from Clayton village, where he was tending his game bar, which we saw in the previous episode. So Joel and Elvis are siblings, and we also already got to know Elvis a little bit. And the next one is right here. This is Lexi Bigfoot. She is the adopted daughter of Harry Bigfoot. Here. Harry is also one of the founders in Clayfield. And Lexi grew up in a very interesting family. Her foster mom was a servo, Hillary, and like I said, her foster dad is a Bigfoot, and she has 3 siblings. 2 of them were also adopted, and one of them is Harry's alien son. And Lexi's stats: she is a family romance sim. Her traits are bookworm, angler, family oriented, natural born performer, and flirty. And her lifetime want is to have 20 best friends. Lexi owns a little sewing business. He sells all those items you can make with the sewing machine. You know, homemade teddy bears and pot holders and curtains and all that stuff. It's a very small business. She just started it last round, and she's working her way to have a little bit of inventory, so she has more stuff to sell. So anyway, yes. And yes, one of Alexi's storylines is that she is also working at nights as a stand-up comedian, and I haven't sent her to any bar to do that yet, but there is actually one place in Clayfield where she can do some stand-up, and that is the Lazy Llama Cafe at the campus. So at some point I will send her there to do her night job, but for now she is going to work for her sewing business. And we also have the 4th tenant, who is Katerina, and I call her Kate. And we also saw Kate in the previous episode. She was visiting the bank, and her real name is Katerina Payne. She is just grown up from the orphanage system from the teen center. She is a popularity grilled cheese sim. Her traits are artistic, commitment issues, snob, animal lover, and nurturing. And her lifetime want is to have 6 grandchildren. So even though one of her traits is commitment issues, she still wants to have kids. So that's interesting. And Kate is also going to run the new daycare here in Clayfield. And in a future episode we are going to visit her daycare. And it's actually going to be the next episode after this one. So that's very exciting. I really had fun building the daycare, and I'm looking forward to show it to you guys. So there you have met the tenants, and we also have 2 pets living in here. This is a really cute little dog. Her name is Hilda, and she is Elvis's dog. She is about to grow up to an elder. And there's also a kitty. His name is Baxter, and he is Joel's kitty. Joel actually bought Baxter from Elfreda and Mervyn in the previous episode when we were visiting the police station. The Troy's kitty was pregnant, and Baxter was born after I recorded the episode, and Joel had the want to get a pet, so she bought Baxter and brought him here, sorry. Anyway, so 2 pets in the B&B. And for today there are some interesting things planned to happen, and one of them concerns Joel. Joel has the want to get engaged to another playable sim, Edison McSkittles. And if you have been following my updates on LiveJournal, you know that Ed here has some interesting storyline going on as well. He was already engaged earlier, but due to some circumstances the engagement was broken up. So Joel started to date Ed in the last round, and now she wants to get engaged to him. So we are going to invite Ed over, and we will see the engagement happening. And another thing that is going to happen is a very surprising thing, to me at least, and that is Lexi here has the want to have a baby, and currently she is not involved with anyone, although she did autonomously kiss with another playable who is, let's see, who's here, Rocky LeCroux, who is the son of the social worker who runs the teen center, but she's not really dating anyone. So we are going to let Lexi adopt a baby. There's already a toddler, female toddler girl at the orphanage, and I'm thinking that she might just be the perfect baby for Lexi. So quite interesting things are about to happen. So first we will follow a little bit their lives and see what's happening, and later in this episode we are going to see the engagement and the adoption events. So let's unpause the game and start the day. It's currently 7:30. Okay, so Kate is up. And of course, like always, I will take pictures. Sorry guys, there is a little bit of lag on the SWAT, but hopefully it won't get um, too intense. Okay guys, we had a little bit of lag since Elvis just returned home from work. So let's continue. And he's going to bed. I think we will first invite Ed over and see what happens with Joel and him. So let's call him over. Ed is currently a young adult. He runs the Creek House at the campus. And there you go. Invite over. Sounds great, I'll be there in a few. Oh, by the way, I have a piece of CC here, which I wanted to show you guys. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty annoyed whenever Sims are paying the bills and they are putting them on the ground or taking them inside and putting them on some random tables. So here is a handy little build table. It's in the coffee tables section for some reason, and it's from Martha Sims. You can't see the creator's name here, and I don't remember it right now, but I know you can find it as named Bill's table. So if you search at Martha Sims for Bill's table, you should find it. It's a pretty old CC, but anyway, it's pretty handy. You can place it by using move objects on, and it goes pretty nicely to the mailbox. So when Sims are paying the bills, they are setting the bills on this table, and it's quite handy. So anyway, that's the thing I wanted to mention. And now we will just wait for it. And sorry guys about the lag, I really don't know what's up with this. I'm also having a little bit trouble with the sensor blur thingy. I actually removed the hack that removes the sensor blur, so I should have the default sensor blur back in the game, but I don't for some reason. I think I need to edit my user startup file, and I haven't gotten around to it yet. So anyway, Ed is here. Let's greet him. Oh, and by the way, the B&B is right next to the orphanage. This is the orphanage plot. So in case you're wondering where in the main hood this B&B is located, it's right next to the center shops, and the bank is right there. And the orphanage is next door. And there, the purple building is the teen center. So let's talk about some cooking first. She wants to play with him. Lex is spying on someone. She's going to get into trouble. Appreciate. So this is Ed. Ed actually owns the toy store in Clayfield. And I think we should ask him on a date so we can see his wants also. Okay. So let's see. He wants to play with her. And they want to have a pillow fight. So, okay. Why not? Ed actually had earlier a fear of being rejected from proposing Joel. So I think he is not completely against the thought of getting engaged, even though he doesn't have the want to do that. So we are just going to... She doesn't want to make out. At least we are going to make Joel happy. And slow dance at the street, because why not? Why not? This is The Sims after all. I do like to see them together. Even though it was a kind of surprise that these two ended up together dating. But you know, it happens. Sims can surprise us, as we all know very well. So anyway, let's see, how do I want to do this? Just a second, guys.